Hi, welcome to Tales Beyond the Grave and welcome back to another video. And I'm here today in the town of Winwick and I'm come to see this church just behind me here, and that is St Oswald's in Winwick. Now, the reason we've come here is it's a truly historic church, this, and it has a link to a ghost pig, yep, Oliver Cromwell and the Titanic. Now, how can this church have a link to all three of them? Well, you carry on watching the video, I'll take you around the church, the outside of the church, and I'll tell you how this has got a link to all three. So if you're wondering where the link is between all three of a pig, Oliver Cromwell and the Titanic, I'm going to start by telling you about the link. It's a fantastic church, this. Right set on a hill there, it's a lovely place. So I'm going to start telling you now about the link, and I'm going to start with Oliver Cromwell. So around 1648 the church was badly damaged. Loads of damage done to the inside of the church, and that occurred when Oliver Cromwell was stationed his troops in the church during the Battle of Red Bank. And what they... Oh, that's nice, that's the 1 o'clock bell. And what they did, they took over the inside of the church to rest and recuperate during the battle, and they absolutely trashed the place inside, and it had to be rebuilt after giving itself up to Oliver Cromwell's men to rest and recuperate in there, but they took it on themselves to destroy the inside of the church, and it had to be rebuilt. Now I'm going to tell you about this ghost pig. You might find it a bit strange, but this church was going to be built on a site a bit further away from here, just down the road, not that far. But when they started to build the church, they discovered the stones, some of the stones to the church had been moved to this site overnight. Now this went on for a couple of weeks, and they couldn't understand that. Every time they started to build the church, it was the stones removed and brought here to this site. So what they did, they employed a night watchman to stay overnight and keep his eye, because they thought somebody might have been a practical joke, I don't know. But the night watchman stayed overnight. The next day they were really excited to know what happened during the night. Was somebody pinching the stones or something like that? So the night watchman was ashen-faced, white, and he said, "You're not going to believe this." He said, "But during the night," he said, "this phantom ghost pig, a big pig, not just like your little, like squeaky pig. It was a big pig, appeared from nowhere, and it started to pick up the stones in its mouth and transport the stones from the site where the watchman was to this site here in Winwick." And being superstitious, the builders at the time said it's a sign from God that this pig has gone to the trouble to remove the stones. The church wants to be built here, or God wants a church built here, so that's why they built the church on this site. And I'm going to show you the little monument the builders and the stonemasons did for the pig. So the story of the ghost pig deciding the church had to be built here and not down the road, and the stonemasons of the time decided to dedicate a brick in the church to the ghost pig. As you can see, this is the ghost pig, and he's carrying a stone in his mouth because he wanted that church built here, and they didn't want to argue with him because they were superstitious. They decided this was the place to build St Oswald's Church. So what an interesting little story about the ghost pig. Now the other connection is the Titanic. You remember the Titanic, what sank in the Atlantic? Now, how can the Titanic be associated with this church? Well, in 1887 there was a wedding in the church, and that wedding was Captain Edward Smith, who married his wife Sarah. And as you know, Captain Smith became the captain of the ill-fated Titanic, and he was married in St Oswald's Church here in Winwick. So 1887, and Captain Smith married Sarah, and little did he know he would have gone on to greatness of being the captain of this magnificent, unsinkable ship, the Titanic. And this would have been his last voyage on the Titanic, as he was due for retirement. But yeah, Titanic is linked to this stunning, wonderful church of St Oswald's. I'm going to show you around some of these gravestones. Are really old 1600s, 15 and 1700s as well. It's said that St Oswald was killed, he died in battle in 642, and a church was built to honour him, and the location was chosen a short distance away for a church to be built to honour St Oswald. But this site was chosen purely by superstition, and I'm going to tell you about why that was. So, who was Oswald? Well, he was king of Northumbria, and he died in battle at Messerfield, between a battle between the Anglo-Saxons and Penda of Mercia, who was the pagan king. And as he lay dying on the battlefield, he prayed for the souls of his soldiers. His body was taken and cut into pieces, with his head and his arms mounted on poles. Now, his brother retrieved the body parts the following year, when he defeated King Penda, and he took revenge for his brother's death. Now, Oswald soon became regarded as a saint, and it's said that one of his arms was taken by a bird that dropped it by a tree, and a spring emerged from that spot where his arm fell, and that was known as Oswald's Well. And it's also said that while his bones were being carried by a wagon during the night, a beacon of light shone up into the sky. Now, if you're thinking whatever happened to Oswald's head, well, that has been interred at Durham Cathedral. So then, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Give us a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe. Share if you like. You don't have to, but it just encourages me to get out and take you to some places where I think you might be interested, especially this one. Really interesting church, lots of history, and if ever you're passing, stop and come and have a look and go and find the pig. So from Tales Beyond the Grave, I'd like to say I really appreciate you watching the videos, commenting as well, and it does encourage me to get out, like I said. So I'm going to go on to the next one now. I'm not too sure where I'm going, but I'll see you when I get there. Thanks for watching.